Hey guys, welcome back to Behind Moriah, and I'm here with Jody Alvis.
Hi.
All right, Jody, so go a different way than Jared did, okay? So we want to hear the pastor's wife side of this, okay? So what brought you to Moriah?
Okay, well, so it's probably a good thing that I didn't listen to my husband.
Yes.
So when we first came to Moriah, of course, it was because we were
checking it out.
We were checking it out, yeah. But we came to see what Moriah was all about, just like anybody checks out a church.
Yeah.
But we had already decided that we were looking for a place to call home. And unlike my husband, who likes a bigger church, I am more apt to like a small church setting. And so I walked in feeling like this could be it. Yeah. And I was welcomed and loved on immediately. Awesome. And so
that makes a big difference. When you walk
it makes a
church,
huge difference.
It does.
It makes a huge difference. And so I immediately felt like I was at home.
So is that the first thing that kind of drew you in was?
Yeah. It was amazing. And now we've been here for 3 years.
3 years. That's crazy. Yeah.
And so, it has stayed that way. And so as we've grown over the years, it has felt more like home. And we walked away that day going, this is it. This is it. Even if we don't get hired on, this is it. And we were still living in Terre Haute at the time. And if we can drive 40 minutes to shop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can drive 40 minutes for the Lord.
Yep. I've always said that. I like it, just, especially around here.
It's amazing.
People don't understand, like
we can drive 40 minutes to go eat.
I know. Just to go eat.
So I can drive 40 minutes for church.
Especially one Sunday, you know.
Yeah, one day a week. Like, that's it.
Not that big. Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, so that's what drew me in, was it felt like home. Immediately, as soon as I walked through the doors, it felt like home. I was greeted, I was loved on. Sandy hugged me. And I'm like, this is amazing. Shout out to Sandy. Shout out to Sandy, because
to anybody.
It was amazing. Like I was loved on immediately. And so yeah, it felt like home.
Awesome.
It's great.
Okay, so going more into your background, like, because you grew up in church.
I did.
Is this kind of how, okay, take away like the more modern appointments, but as far as, was this about the size of church you grew up in?
The church I grew up in was bigger.
Bigger.
Yeah, it was bigger. But I grew up in church. I sang in the children's choir. I was involved in Wednesday night children's group, and
if the doors were open, you were.
If the doors were open, we were there.
Yep. Same.
Yep. I sat in the pew with my grandma because my parents sang in the choir, and if I misbehaved, I got pinched on the back of the arm.
There you go. It's the sneaky grandma tricks, but those are the ones that you can bank for later and be like,
yes,
they'll never know.
Yes, I grew up singing hymns.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So, what is your favorite Bible story?
Well, there's a lot of them, and I think the one that sticks in my head, and because I am so family oriented, it's probably in Ruth. It's
awesome.
Naomi.
Yes.
Ruth.
Yes.
Because who thinks of it, especially this day and age, when your spouse dies?
I know.
And you stick with your mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And you go off with your mother-in-law and staying with you, and she's trying to send you off back with your family.
I know.
And it resonated with me.
Well, and to have such a powerful figure like that, that's so, I mean, both of them really, you know, like,
yes,
the commitment, but just, you're like, I'm okay, like, go do what you need to, and
Yeah,
then
I
how she
can't. I'm not
ends
gonna
up
have any
singing.
more kids, and even if
Yeah.
I did, are you gonna stick around
Yeah.
and wait until they grow up and they're old enough?
Yeah.
And so,
And what does she do? She like gets her hooked up with somebody that's way above anything she could ever think of. Yeah, it's such an
and
awesome
so,
story, though.
and it was so funny because I freaked out, and even before when you're like, hey, are you ready? And I'm like, no, I'm not, and I'm going back through everything. That is the one thing that stuck with me. I'm like, I could have gone the easy route with anything, but that's the one thing that sticks with me because I am so family oriented and taking care of family and looking back on things. Like, that's the one thing. Like, I don't want to look back on my life and go, you didn't stick with your family or anything like that. And so I look at it, and Naomi and Ruth, like, what better, you look at them, like, they're strong even in the most difficult of things. I mean, they both lost significantly.
Yes.
And even in the most horrible of things, God rewarded even in that. I mean, you look at that and
well, it's like I said, the devotion there, and to see God honor that way is an awesome thing.
Yes.
All right, so that was your favorite Bible story. What about your favorite Bible verse?
One of my favorite Bible verses is in Isaiah 40, and I'll start in 29 and go through, starting in 29. He gives strength to the weary, it increases the power of the weak. Even youth grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. And so it goes from 29 through 31. And the reason that resonates with me, it was given to me in a very difficult time in my life where I was just really struggling, and I was so tired and so beat down. And it was given to me by a pastor friend of mine where I was just wondering why God was allowing me to just be sifted and tested. And it didn't matter how hard I prayed and how much I was trying and working to get out of a situation. And he's like, look, we all get tired, we all fight and struggle, but we just need to rely on God.
Yes.
And so that is one that has just stuck with me. And every Bible I've gotten since then, it's been highlighted, it's been written in, I have it on note cards. That's awesome. So it's just that's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I preached about a month ago, but that was in there because it's one of those sections that it lets you know it's okay. Like, I'm gonna make it through. Like, God, sometimes we let our brains go places that they shouldn't go, and we have to. I know we have to understand, like, God's got it. God's in control. Like, all we need is that tiny little grain of a mustard seed that we can call faith, and we don't have to worry about it. So, all right. So we're gonna go a little more on the light side. Okay. So I'm calling this the Slick 7. All right. 7 rapid fire questions. All right. Favorite candy bar?
Oh, Caramel Milky Way.
Ooh, Caramel Milky Way.
Yeah.
Have you had the dark chocolate one?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, it's so good. All right. Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi.
All right. If we move away from Pepsi or Coke, what's your favorite beverage?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper.
Or coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee. I knew you were going to say coffee. All right. Coffee before everything.
Yes.
So, all right. What's scarier, a snake, a spider, or a bat?
Spider. We'll go tarantula. Tarantula.
That way you're like, at least it's...
Because I can handle a spider, but tarantula, like, that's just a giant hairy spider, so the hair makes it.
All right. Mountains or ocean?
Mountains.
See, that's such a hard one.
It is, but I would choose the mountains over the ocean.
I believe your husband said mountains on the ocean.
Mountains on the ocean. that would
That's
be
what
that would be typical.
But it would be awesome if you could find some mountains.
That
just
would
right
be
there.
yeah.
I guess Salt Lake, you could kind of have a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But all right, morning or night person?
I'm definitely not a morning person, so I'd have to go night.
Yeah. I'm more of a nap person, really. But I don't think that's an
Can we go
option.
middle?
That's right. Favorite season?
Fall.
Fall.
Definitely fall.
I would love summer if it wasn't so humid and mosquitoes weren't everywhere.
Right. Well, I'm a hoodies and bonfire type of person, so yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Favorite pizza?
Favorite pizza?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna make probably a lot of people upset.
Ooh.
We're gonna go ham and pineapple.
I can do it. Now, I've had a ham and pineapple that had onions on it. That's weird.
No, I'm not an onions kind of person, but ham and I like my ham and pineapple.
I can eat it. Cody's the one that brought this whole adding pineapple thing to have me talk about it. If you didn't, but you brought it up, so.
I like ham and pineapple
I do
on my
too,
pizza.
which, I don't know, I think I could, you know how it is when you're, especially youth ministry, you just learn to eat whatever's there.
Yes.
So, as long as it's not cheese. So that
I
is,
had
that
to
is
learn
one-
that a long time ago,
yes.
though.
Well,
so.
I used to get a Supreme on purpose.
Yes.
Because then you know there's gonna be a pizza there.
Well, yes,
There's
because
not-
nobody likes
Yeah,
that.
Exactly. And I can pick toppings off if I don't like something on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, ma'am.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And
Thank
we'll see
you.
guys. Yes, absolutely.
It's fun.